Okay, there they go. Well, I suppose you guys want me to taste one, so I'll do this one. Oh no. Hi everyone, I'm Amy and welcome to my little kitchen. Oh boy, it's been kind of a hectic day today. I've been in some training classes and took a break. Took Daisy for a walk, and now I'm heading to Bunko, ladies Bunko night in about a couple hours here. So anyway, of course, rush, I'm gonna make some cookies. We are going to make, I remember these as a kid. I sometimes like oatmeal cookies, but I like it with, some chocolate chips or a little bit of peanut butter chips or, some nuts or something like that. Occasionally I'll have them with raisins. But sometimes I think they're over sweet. I don't know what it is, but I'm hoping these oatmeal cookies will be great. I have another oatmeal cookie I think is over there at Amy Roloff's Little Kitchen site. I forgot to verify that for you, so check it out. Go to Amy Roloff's Little Kitchen and check out what else I have out there for oatmeal, like cookies and stuff like that. But fall is here. Oh my gosh. All the baking that we do in the fall and the winter and everything. It's like no wonder we're anxious for spring and summer to do some exercise and stuff, but baking is so fun. It is so fun. So we are making oatmeal iced cookies. Do you remember the oatmeal cookies with just a little drizzle of a little thicker like frosting icing on it? I used to love those, and so I'm making them today. And these oatmeals will have a little bit of walnut in it. Not big chunks of walnut. I want them chopped up a little fine. But anyway, so hopefully you'll like it. Let's get going. And then after this, while the cookies are baking, I'm gonna make up a salad really quick because the host for Bunko night usually makes like the main dish possibly, and then we all bring something to complement it. So I thought I'd bring a salad, and if there's enough cookies, I'll bring some cookies because you all know how I like cookies and I don't want to give them all away. I want a few. So anyway, let's get going. We are baking today in Amy's Little Kitchen. So thanks for being here. Well, I know that I'm making oatmeal cookies with a drizzle of frosting over them. I remember those as a kid, and so I kind of wanted to, repeat it or go down memory lane, so hopefully they'll turn out well. But look at all these apples I got at the farmer's market. I want to kind of do something different, but I've never made donuts, so I might make kind of like apple cider donuts. I don't know if there's going to be any chunks in there, donuts. That may not look good. But maybe I'll make like a apple coffee cake or an apple loaf bread, or obviously apple pie. But I'm trying to come up with a recipe, or my version of a recipe, by using these apples. Oh, they're just sitting here and they smell so good. So I wasn't gonna say anything because I'm not sure how this turned out, but I went ahead and just kind of toasted these oats a little bit. I'm not sure why, but I'm hoping, just like when I do with the nuts, that they give it, I don't know, just that little extra nutty brown kind of flavor to the oatmeal cookies. And so I said I was going to add a little bit of walnuts to these. I'm not going to add any fruit to them. Not these oatmeal cookies like raisins or, something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and toast these. But I also think I cut up too many of the walnuts. So anyway, oh, I tell you, life is hectic. I'm gonna watch some of my grandkids tomorrow and my other grandkids next week. It's gonna be a fun time. Plus with everything else I gotta do, but as I was telling one of my kids recently, they go, oh, Mom, if you could just help us out and everything. I said, of course, I will do it if I can, because that's what family's for, and that's why, I stay around so that I can be available and just hang out with my grandkids at this age. And hopefully they'll remember their Mimi when they're 15. and, you know, don't want to do anything or hang out or something. But the older my grandkids get, in fact, that should be one of our lives. Like Grandma Part 2, one of the things I want to ask is when your grandkids get older, a little bit older, with all the technology going on, maybe it's more about experiences. So anyway, let me just toast these really quick. I'm not going to put it on high, but I got to remember that they're in there. So I wish some of you were right here gathered around this little island of mine so you could help remind me. So hopefully I will remember. So I have 1 cup of butter, half a cup of white sugar, and then, what is this? And then 1 cup, kind of firmly packed, of brown sugar. And we're gonna kind of mix that all in. Just giving the nuts a little stir. Yeah, we're gonna mix this all in. Oh. Gotta scrape the stuff down so make sure it gets all of it. Put it on a little high. So this will take a few minutes. 2 room temperature eggs. I'm gonna go ahead, whoops, and where did I put my measuring spoons? They're behind all you guys. I am going to do a half a teaspoon. Oh yeah, here's some other ones. Hang on. Okay, I guess these are the right ones. I'm gonna give my nuts a stir. You don't know how many times I've burnt nuts. So in with 2 cups of flour, I'm going to do a tablespoon of baking soda. No, teaspoon, sorry, teaspoon. No tablespoon. Oh my gosh. This is pumpkin spice. I wanted nutmeg. Oh dear. Good thing I checked. We're going to measure this out. 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. I'll just add a little dab more. Okay, I'll be right back. Sorry, I grabbed pumpkin spice instead of my nutmeg. Butter is still creamy, and I'm going to push that down a little bit. Oh yeah, it's coming along. I tell you, this was soft butter, but the bowl was kind of cool. Okay, they're not as toasted as much as I would like, but you know, they're toasted enough. I didn't want them brown. I definitely don't want to burn them. But when I make cookies and stuff like that, a lot of the times, I'm not going to say every time. I don't know, to me, there's just something about slightly toasted nuts. It just gives this little extra flavor to your cookies, baked goods, or whatever you're doing. I'm gonna put in a little bit of salt. Stir this around a little bit. And I'm gonna go ahead and get my nutmeg. So I'll turn this off for a minute. And I'm sorry, I'll be right back. I got a little bit of the nutmeg here. I just want a little bit. I don't, nutmeg to me, like cloves or allspice, it's, it can be a strong spice. And, yeah, I already added that. And so, I just want a little bit. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and add in a little bit of molasses here. I'm gonna try and get 2 tablespoons. I think I got it. There's just a little bit left in here. I'm just gonna go ahead and add the rest of it. So this might be ending up a little more than 2 tablespoons. But you know what, you guys? I think that's gonna be okay. If I didn't have half of it on the beater thing. I don't know, I just remember my mom just making sure every little bit is out of the jars, out of the can. And that's what I've tried to do over the years. Okay. Make sure all that's in there. I hate when some of it, half of it, sticks on there. I'm gonna add a little bit of vanilla. Teaspoon or something. 2 eggs. Now I'm sure you guys have heard of this trick. Sometimes I forget to take out my eggs ahead of time, but you have to be careful with this as well. So I just put them in some warm water just to temper them and get them more to room temperature instead of so cold, because when they're really cold, or when they're still cold and you got butter and everything, it kind of doesn't make everything blend well. So did I add everything here? I'm usually forgetting something. So we're just gonna start this off slow. And we're just gonna let this wonderful mixer do its work. Can't wait for these cookies. Oh yeah, I have the oven preheated at 350 degrees. They'll probably cook anywhere from 12 to maybe 15 minutes. Depends on if you really want soft cookies or if you want, well, I like a little crispy with a soft inside, a soft chew. So, all right, it's happening. Oh, I love that little hint of molasses in there. It'll really give these cookies that flavor, that richness to them. And for me, remind me of fall. All right. So I've got this, the flour. You know what? Since this is a bigger bowl, I'm going to add the flour in here. And we're just going to gently mix this in. So maybe this mixture will incorporate. And this dough will probably be thick, but that's okay. We might stick it in the, oh man, I love that little, just that hint of toasty oats. Now I use whole oats. You can, well, you could use instant, but I use whole oats, and I just used just a pastry blender just to mash them up a little bit. So you got some big ones, you got some little ones, little pieces of oat, whole rolled oats. Okay, I think that's good. I am going to get a spoon though. Okay, we're just gonna put this on slow. I'm always thinking I forgot something. gonna do this a little at a time. Give the mixer a chance. And I'm just gonna push this down. Okay. Gotta get it off the little spatula here. I love this little spatula thing because for tight areas here, instead of your big, you know, one that I have right there, it can kind of get in these areas better. I don't want the beaters to go on too high. I think I can dump the rest of it in there. There we go. And I'm gonna put this dough in the refrigerator because it's thick, it's sticky, and maybe that will be able to roll up in cookies a little better. Okay. Now, because I'm out of time really, I'm not gonna put this dough in the refrigerator for an hour, so it's just gonna be about a half hour. I think that'll be enough to kind of not have it as sticky or have the cookies run. Spread out, I mean. Okay. Oops, sorry. There's a dull moment here, isn't there? Okay. Can I lick my finger? Mmm. You guys, these are good. I know it's raw eggs. We really shouldn't be doing it. In fact, I don't think I'm going to be doing this anymore, I don't think. Mmm. It's so good. I can't wait till they're cooked. Oops, I should have saved it. About a half a cup of nuts. I have a little bit too much in there. Just enough to give the cookies just a little more balance and a little crunch. Okay. I'm gonna stick this in the fridge like I said, and we're gonna make the frosting, and in a little bit we'll be able to make cookies. Okay, I got the cookie dough out. Got a little parsley on my parchment paper because I just got done making the salad. Just basically it's just basically a tossed salad with whatever I had in the fridge. And I'm gonna make a little, like a mustard vinaigrette so that people can drizzle over it, because I'm not a fan of putting dressing on it. Everything wilts, and if no one eats, you know, if there's a lot of salad left over or something like that, you basically gotta throw it away because everything is like wilted, soaked. Anyway, about 1.5 tablespoons of the cookie dough. Make sure they're at least a couple of inches apart. And do not ask me why. I have never really used an ice cream scooper. I don't know why. I don't know. I guess I just don't need them perfect, or, but it is true. You would have more consistency in cooking, making sure everything's, you know, the right size and stuff. So it looks like I'm only going to put 9 on here because I forget how much they'll spread. So there we go. Okay, These are going in the oven, 350 degrees, and cook depending on your oven, anywhere from maybe 12 to 15 minutes. But if you want to check at 10, 10 seems a little too soon. Till they're like a little crisp on the outside, and they're still soft in the middle, because when you take them out, they'll still continue to cook a little bit, but you will have a soft cookie. All right. Whoa. Oops. I forgot to check my oven because my oven rack isn't set to the right position that I would like, as I let all the heat out. All right. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to go ahead for some reason I was thinking I could put all of them on one thing. But I guess not. So I'm going to get my other cookie sheet ready. There we go. I know a lot of you guys probably have those silicone or silicone or something like that baking sheets on here. I guess I'm old school and I just go by tradition. Well, before I never used parchment paper. I'm not even sure. If it was around, it wasn't advertised like it is now. So I'm just in the habit of, boy, that one's a little big. Of using parchment paper. But before, we used to just grease our cookie sheets so that they wouldn't stick to the pan. So anyway, I use parchment paper. Okay, we're almost done here. And while they're baking, we're gonna have to let the cookies cool a little bit. So I just may make, I'm gonna scoot this over a little bit. I'm gonna try and get the rest of this dough onto this cookie sheet. We'll see how that goes. Okay. Okay, I probably have enough for one more. Maybe we'll add a little bit to this one. There we go. Hopefully these won't run into each other. That won't be great. Gonna make sure that they're just spaced enough. Whew! Okay, that was 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So, 18, 19, 20, 21. We have 22 cookies here. So if you really wanted to, you could get 24 cookies. Okay, we're gonna wait till the other ones are done, put these in, and we'll be ready, set to go. Excuse me. Oh. We're gonna make the frosting, the little glaze here. I have about 1.5, I'm gonna start off with 1.5 cups of powdered sugar. In fact, I'm just gonna add just a little bit of salt in there. I don't think it's gonna make much difference, but okay. I'm gonna add in just a little bit of vanilla. And we're gonna start off with about a tablespoon of whipping cream. Now this is going to be a little thick. I don't want it too runny because I want the frosting to stay on the cookie. But you also want it runny enough or wet enough to dip the cookie in. Okay, I'm going to add in a little more. So these are our oatmeal, how should I say it? Oatmeal glazed cookies? I don't know, I'll have to come up with a name for it. That kind of describes what this recipe is. Okay, we're just gonna kind of stir this really quick. I know by putting vanilla in it, it kind of turns the frosting a little brown, see? Okay, I think I need a little bit more. So you want to start off with a tablespoon, and then you just add a little bit more to the consistency you want. I want it thick, but I don't want it too thick. Where I dip the first cookie in, it, you know, takes all of it. Or you could just drizzle it too. But I bet those cookies that I had, I can't remember who made them. Probably Archway back in the day, a brand called Archway. Just a little bit more. All right. Of course, I'm using heavy cream instead of milk. So that might make a difference, but anyway, the other ones are in the oven. Oh yeah, I'll be done here in a few minutes. It's so funny, like your first batch of cookies seems to take that little bit longer. It's almost like the oven kicked in and said, okay, I'm ready for you. Okay, I think this will be enough. Let's see, let's try out the first batch. Okay, I'm just gonna, okay, you know what? Okay, there we go. I like this way. It's been a while since I've done it because the frosting goes in kind of all the nooks and crannies that you may have in your cookie, which make it nice. And if you think you have too much, just kind of brush over it. There we go. There we go. I think it's working. Just scraping it on the edge of the bowl here. If I think I have too much. I mean, I want some frosting, but I don't want it, you know, caked. There we go. And we'll just let these sit for a minute until the frosting hardens a little bit. Okay. Are you done watching me frost the cookies, I guess? You know what? Let me get these out. Okay, I'm just going to do the other two, and I think maybe they'll be ready. Oh yeah, that one's the best. Well, my first one wasn't too bad. Okay, there they go. Well, I suppose you guys want me to taste one, so I'll do this one. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Just enough of the frosting and the icing on the cookie. Can I ever take another bite? Mm. Mm. I love cookies. And I love these cookies because they've got a little crisp edge around it, but then you have the softness in the middle. I love them. So if you want to find this recipe and a whole bunch of other recipes, go check out amyroloffslittlekitchen.com or go to my YouTube channel, Amy Roloff's Little Kitchen. I would love for you to subscribe to that. So these are iced oatmeal cookies. I think they're delicious. And with the oatmeal and the cinnamon, a little bit of nutmeg and the molasses, these are great fall cookies. Anytime, really, but anyway, because you know me, I love cookies. So thanks for joining me in my little kitchen. Till next time, keep gathering around the table with family and friends. Okay.